Hello, my friends. How's it hanging? How you doing? How's the hunting going? How's the collecting going? Good to see you. A little dark in here. Should I turn on the light? Hold on. That better? A little bit. How's it going? Back at it once again. Another pickup video from the past week of finds. Some good stuff heading our way on the show today. Put this over here. I want to point this out. I'm going to start with a garage sale tip. This is an ad that was on a local community garage sale group. And you don't need to read the whole thing, but it's for a garage sale from yesterday. Right down here, old video game stuff, NES, SNES, Sega, Wii, Xbox, N64, Game Boy, all things Nintendo, really. I love ads like this. Why do I love ads like this? The initial reaction is, I love ads like this because, oh my god, I'm guaranteed there's video games here. I have to get there. No. Not at all. I like video game in garage sale ads like this. Precisely because, I don't know if you can see it. Let me scroll down a little bit. Let's see if we can see it. This dude, this Tom Young guy. What time is the sale? I don't know if you can see it. What time is the sale? Any possibility of just grabbing Nintendo SNES prior to Saturday? And the seller said, no, starts at 7 o'clock, no early sales. So, and I'll admit, I messaged the guy too, because I had to work yesterday. I had like an hour of garage selling time between the first garage sale starting and me needing to be at work. So I messaged the guy. Then I noticed his address, the address of the sale, and realized I'd been there before, about 3 years ago. And it was a feeding frenzy. If you want to see what it's like, Bidhead 1000 has a video where he went to a guy who had a lot of video games and advertised it. And just constant grab and snatching. You know, the guy would bring a box out and like 10 people just surround, like, everybody looking to stake their claim. And and this is what it was. Like the last time he had a garage sale, he started it at 8. And I got there about 7:45. He said, hey man, I'm not quite set up. Do you mind hanging back? No problem. I know I'm here early. Yep. Over the next like 5 minutes, about 30 other people showed up. And then about 7:54, the guy's still bringing stuff out of his house. Everybody's so far, but you know, everybody, it's like Hunger Games. It's like the perfect description. Everybody's just kind of eyeing one another, like when they get into and looking at the cornucopia of games. Then one dude's like, well, it's 8 o'clock to me, and it wasn't, it's like 5 to 8. It's 8 o'clock to me, and he just went, and that just caused everybody to bum rush this guy's stuff. He was still in the house. And it was a mess. I got a couple SNES games, but I'd see one start reaching for it, just snatch. Like, boom, somebody would just come in there, boom. Like a fucking snake. This is why I love ads like this. And this dude right here. Please let me get it before. Please, please, please. Why? And the reason I love ads like this is because I know that there's going to be one place everybody's going to be at. And I'm not going to be there. Not when it starts. This is my garage sale tip. And take it for what you want. When somebody posts an ad like this with NES, SNES, Sega, N64, all things Nintendo, avoid. Avoid. Because I had the benefit of knowing the guy and being at one of his garage sales a couple of years ago, but chances are this person knows what they have. You're not going to get some garage sale deal. You're not going to get some pennies on the dollar. More than likely. I mean, this guy is fair. And I did pick up some stuff from him because I went at 8. Like right before I had to be at work, I stopped by and I asked, I said, what kind of a mess was it this morning? He's like, we had people here at 6 begging to go through it. Started at 7. So 6 o'clock in the morning, sun's barely fucking up. People begging to go through his stuff. I went, it didn't work out yesterday. Mostly because I couldn't get a full day in, I had to work. But when I see this, I know where my competition is at. I know where the sharks are at. I know where the resellers are going. I know where everybody who's hunting for video games is going. I go somewhere else. At other G sales, where they may not be advertising video games, but guess what? Hardly any of my finds ever come from garage sale ads that say, we have video games. So, please, keep posting when you have stuff. Anyway, I went there, like I said, 8 o'clock, and he had good stuff left. And I think I spent 26 in total for this lot. And, I mean, like I said, this isn't garage... I mean, I've gotten stacks of SNES games for $25 this season. I've got Nintendos for $20, $30. I've got another one, which I got for $15, which I'll go over here at the end of the video today. But here's what I got, and I think I got some good deals. This is just a DSK. I like it because this is why I'm hot. Mario shooting a fireball. I like that, so I wanted that. Cool spot for the Super Nintendo. He's doing 3 for $10 on Super Nintendo games. He had mostly sports titles. Primal Rage was in there, a couple other things. This is the one I was really interested in because I had never played it before. Excuse me. And this other guy showed up, and he had driven from a town called Gardner. This is like an hour drive, at least. An hour to an hour and a half drive away from Bozeman. He drove in, and he works at a group home or something down there with kids, and they have a Super Nintendo, and he was looking, he saw this ad and the one on Craigslist, because the one on Craigslist was just like it, and said, I want to get some new games. So when I had Cool Spot, I was kind of thinking about the Primal Rage. He's like, man, they really want a fighting game. Dude, take Primal Rage. Please. I'll let it go. No problem letting that go. And we told him about the retro store in town, if he's hanging out in town for the day, and when it opened, and that they had stuff there, and tell him some good pawn shops to check out. So I hope he got some good stuff and took it back for the kids. That's what it's about. It's about the kids. Picked up some NES games from him. He put them in Ziploc bags, and they're all in good condition. This is Swords and Serpents. Demon Sword. I don't know if you can see it across the top. It says, Release the Power. It's an Acclaim. Oh, this is an Acclaim game, so I'm not really... It's probably not going to be that... God. Can you see the outfits the characters are wearing on the... Here, let me take it out of the baggie. The dudes, that's like an old 80s Manowar cover right there. The band Manowar. I bet you they love this game. Demon Sword. And the one I had to pick up. Star Tropics. And he tossed this in. I mean, Madden 95. I'm like, ooh, wow, Madden 95. He's like, yeah, take it. I was like, really? Just take it? He's like, sure. I'm like, I'm going to take it just in case I need a spare Genesis case. He's like, that's what I use it for. Cool guy. Guy is cool as a cucumber. He remembered me. We talked about the zoo. We talked about not the zoo, but the zoo it was when he first opened. And surprisingly good stuff for an hour later. I think what it is, people go, like, it's garage sales, video games, And they go thinking, let's get a deal, let's get a deal, let's get a deal. This guy, he's a collector. He knows what he has. So, fair. $26 is fair for all that. It's not screaming garage sale deal, but it's two collectors collecting. That's good. Good for the community, good for us all. All right. We're really going backwards here. This was a pickup from earlier in the week. Lady put on some Craigslist ads. I could tell there were different ads, but I could tell it was the same seller. Wii for $50 and each game for $10. And then an Xbox for $50 and each game $10. A couple in the Xbox intrigued me, and I paid $10 a pop. First one is Aliens vs. Predator Extinction. And they're in complete and nice shape. Now, I probably wouldn't have got this on its own, but the other game I got from her is the one I really, really wanted. So I wanted to add a second to make it worth her while to leave her house or whatever and come meet me for the sale. Shenmue 2. Complete and has the DVD that contains the story from the first game. So I got Shenmue 2, and to help her say, oh, I'm going to meet this guy, I bought, even though this is worth more than $10 in value, so I think I got pretty decent value on some really good Xbox games, but I'm really super excited to have Shenmue 2 in the collection. Alright, after last video is where we're at. We are on the day I shot the last video. This is where we're at now. I gathered duplicates, stuff I was selling off, and I head to the retro store here in town called Snow Day. And he gave me, for the stuff I brought in, some really decent trade credit and a good decent chunk of cash. So I financed this week's stuff and some other things. And with the trade credit, I started my Saturn collection. The first thing we have here is Fighters Remix. Manual and disc only. Daytona. Case is cracked, but the disc and manual are complete and all in there. I've been wanting to play this game since I saw it covered in Die Hard Game Fan magazine. Clockwork Knight. This case is, the top hinge is broken, so it kind of falls off. But these discs are in great shape. He said this one came from his personal collection. He decided one day, why am I holding on to this? I'm putting it in the shop. And my final pickup from him was Alien Trilogy. Once again, all of this was done, these 4 games were done on trade credit. So I started my Saturn collection with him and got some cash in my pocket. Now, on the back of one of the games, the manual for Fighters Mega Mix, I got my hopes up. I saw an ad for Die Hard Arcade, which I hadn't played since Goldmine days back in the mid-90s. I remember I played the hell out of it. And it didn't come out on PlayStation. It was a Saturn exclusive for the home consoles. Well, I was dinking around on eBay, and I won an auction for Die Hard Arcade. Paid $60 plus $4, so I paid $64 for this. But I've been doing the selling, and I've had the credit, so it ate into Operation TurboGrafx a little bit. But it's complete, it's in great condition, and I'm hooking up the Saturn probably tonight to play some Die Hard Arcade. I haven't played it in so long. Alright, final pickup also comes from just hours after I shot the last video. Let me tell you, I left the retro store with the Saturn stuff, then I went to... where'd I go? I went to Hastings. Excuse me, I don't know why I drink beer during the show. It leaves the beer burps while I'm trying to talk. Stupid. I went to Hastings and I sold some of those CDs I bought, the Frozen and Wanted Blu-rays. I redeemed the Frozen digital code. So I got Frozen up on Amazon, up on Google Play, up on Vudu. I can watch it. And I paid $5 for those two Blu-rays. I got like $7 or $8 Hastings credit and Frozen for free, basically. I love that's my kind of deal. So with Hastings, I got store credit. I got 2 more eBay gift cards for Operation Acquire TurboGrafx. And then I went to GameStop. I traded in that $5 Wii, a copy of Wii Sports, and some of the games that I had come across. That disc-only Twilight Princess and the Wii Sports Resort. And I got like $32, $33 credit. Guess what? GameStop does eBay gift cards too. So I picked up an eBay gift card from them, once again for Operation Acquire TurboGrafx. So now I'm heading home. It's about 5:45 last Sunday night. I'm actually heading to the grocery store because I believe the Cardinals game was on ESPN that night. One of the NBA Finals game was on, and then of course Game of Thrones was on. Going to be a big Saturday or Sunday night of TV watching. I was going to go to the grocery store, get some stuff for my lunches at work, and something to eat for dinner. And I'm driving down the street. I see a big, like, wood pallet, piece of wood with spray paint yard sale arrow. And like I said, it's 5:45, 10:06 Sunday night. I'm like, I'm not holding my beer in the car, by the way. Like some knuckleheads that didn't fucking take a sign down. And I look down the street. Sure enough, there's a fucking garage sale. Yard sale right there. Boy, am I glad I didn't pass this one up. Pop out. There's nobody in the driveway. But there's tons of VHS tapes and old media and DVDs and CDs. To me, that's always a good sign. So this guy pops out. He was a little stoned. Fine by me. And I ask if he has any old video games. And he's like, yeah, I've got this bag and games and it's, you play and... I'm like, what do you got? Like Nintendo 64? No, it's the old Nintendo, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, you interested in selling it? Absolutely. I don't know why it's not out here, but absolutely. He brings out a fucking hefty bag. Anyway, inside the hefty bag, there is a Nintendo. This doesn't close completely. He said only his roommate could get it to work. He could never get it to start the game, but his roommate could, so pin connector's going out. That doesn't close. It's dusty. It needs a wipe down. But other than replacing that connector, I think it's in good shape. NES 101 Storage Wars guy. Alright, so there's Nintendo. Zapper, gray Zapper. Manuals. Super Mario 3. This will give you a hint of what the games are in there. NES Play Action Football. Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. An N64 warning manual. Zapper instruction manual. Control deck instruction manual. RF cable. Power cables in here too. There are 2 regular controllers and 2 NES Max controllers. And let's get to the good stuff. Get to the good stuff! Oh. Games. Oh, there are games. Track and field. 10-yard fight. George Foreman KO boxing. Super Mario Brothers 3. Tiger Heli. Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. Save that one for last. Kid Cool and the Quest for the Seven Wonder Herbs. Now, how this isn't popular with stoners everywhere. Searching for herbs, and your name is Kid Cool. Nick Kids. And hey, please be kind, rewind. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Apparently owned by P2 Rogers. John Elway Quarterback. Former property of Empire Video in Livingston, Montana. Hoops. NES Play Action Football. Love the Super Nintendo version of that. This game actually is worth about $25-$30. A Krista's Ring. A Krista's Ring. See all that void shit? Some video rental place put these stickers, and when you try to peel the stickers off, it leaves behind these fucking void marks. So try to get those off. Anticipation. Gary Kitchen's Battle Tank. I don't know who the hell Gary Kitchen is. Pinball Quest, the world's first pinball fantasy. The Incredible Crash Test Dummies. Stanley, The Search for Dr. Livingston. Dragon Warrior. Firehawk. Coming across a lot of these unlicensed games for NES lately. Bases Loaded. And the cream of this crop, an Atlas game. Rockin' Cats. And really good. No fucking Be Kind Rewind or fucking writing on this one. Awesome. Look this up. It's going for about $60 to $70 on eBay. It's going on my collection. So, what we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22 games, 4 controllers, Zapper deck. I asked him how much he wanted to sell it for. I don't know, man. $15. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you later. I forgot about the grocery store. I didn't have any beer for the basketball game that night. I was so fucking happy. Sunday night garage sale. How many times do you fucking find a Sunday night garage sale? Oh. That is a huge find. Unfortunately, nothing today or yesterday because I had to work. Might not going to be anything next week. I might not be able to do a video. I'm thinking I'm about 75% leaning on going to Seattle next week because the Cardinals are playing the Seattle Mariners on a weekend series. So no garage sales. If I'm in Seattle, I'm going to be doing tourist stuff like going to Pike's Place and the Space Needle before the game. I may hit up Pink Gorilla Games. It's a retro store in the Seattle area. You may have seen a few of the people who work there on Metal Jesus Rocks YouTube channel, including, what's her name? I think her name's Kelsey. A very attractive young lady that, by the very fact that she's still willing to appear in Metal Jesus Rocks videos, means she's not getting death or rape threats, which I guess is a plus for our community. we're growing up a little, maybe. Good job. So that's what's coming. If I don't go, obviously I'll go garage selling. I'll be extremely disappointed if I don't take this trip, though. I'll kick myself in the ass all week long if I don't fucking go to Seattle and see the Cardinals play and just get out of town for a couple of days. So thanks for watching. I hope you take in my tip, or don't. If you see ads like this and you're right on top of it, great. I more power to you. I don't like being in those crowds. I don't like having to, look at everybody as, because these are my friends. We share a fucking hobby, video game collecting. I don't want to be like mine. I think I got some good stuff from the guy an hour later. And he's like, yeah, I sold a Smash Bros for N64 for $50. Oh, that's what it's worth. That's a good deal. It's not a garage sale deal, and it's certainly not worth sitting there and elbowing other dudes to try to get in on it. To me, while people were waiting for him and going through all his stuff, I hit about 4 or 5 garage sales before. That's just my opinion. This causes a concentration of video game collectors. When somebody puts on their ad, they've got Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64 stuff. That causes everybody to congregate one spot, and that leaves the rest of your area competition-free for a little while. So if you're smart about it, you play your cards right, you can get stuff while they're fighting over, fairly priced stuff. You can get great deals like these, and then go back an hour later and see what he has in the scraps. Or ask. Maybe he's got stuff inside. Because I asked yesterday because I got the Saturn stuff. I said, hey, you got any Saturn games? He's like, I got one, but it's worth about $60. If you're interested, that's what I'd sell it for. And I didn't have $60 on me. I had 26, which is what I paid for all the other stuff. But then again, he had no intention of bringing out Saturn stuff until I'm like, I'm kind of looking for Saturn stuff now. He's like, oh, yeah. See? Even at a sale like that, you can still ask. Which is really funny because I was just kind of starting like my N64 collection when I went to his sale a few years ago. I bought an N64 and a couple games. I was like, do you have Mario 64? He's like, you don't have that? I'm like, I really don't have any N64 stuff right now. He brought it out from his house and said I'll sell it for $10. And I bought it from him. It wasn't in the sale. All the fucking sharks are left, and I'm still talking to him, hanging out, and, asking, just shooting the breeze as a human being. And I got stuff that none of them had a chance at because they just, fucking got their feed and took off. Anyway, that's my opinion. That's how I operate. And so far this season, I think I'm operating pretty good garage sale-wise. And by the way, for those of you who took part in CJR's discussion, over 90% hard work and skill, 10% luck, and complaining because CJR lives in a community of 300,000 people and has a wide area. I added it up. At most, my garage sale area is 50,000 people. Not even approaching where CJR is at. And look, I'm doing just fine. Put in work, and if you enjoy what you're doing, you'll reap the rewards. Always ask and don't skip a sale. Those are my garage sale tips 2 and 3. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you wish. Have a drink. And I will see you, if not next week, in a couple weeks. Take care.